Thank you for logging on to the Voice Sports Network for this broadcast of high school sports. We encourage you to go to the games and support your area teams. We know you have a choice, and thank you for choosing us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game. We encourage you to visit their businesses and use their service as often as possible. Be sure to tell them thanks for their support. Now, sit back and enjoy the game, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Norwell Night Basketball on WellsCountyVoice.com. This is Greg Van Meter along with Derek Decker this evening. We are at Woodlan High School in Woodburn, Indiana. Nice little haul up from the Ossian area, about a close to 30-mile drive by the time you get all the way out here to Woodburn. But the roads were fine, even though the snow was falling. A beautiful drive, actually, coming up here tonight. And we are set for the next to last game of the regular season for your Knights. It's senior night here at Woodlan this evening. We've been through those festivities. Woodlan honoring 5 seniors on their basketball team, and they will all be starting for the Warriors tonight. The Knights back to their regular starting lineup after senior night last night at the Castle, looking for their 3rd win in a row after a couple wins already this week in this week of basketball that feels a lot like sectional tournament play, Derek.
Yeah, it sure does, and we have discussed things with Coach McBride regarding that the entire week, and the prep was everything like that. They went through a walkthrough for an extended period of time before they came up to Woodland tonight back at the Castle, and I think that's very beneficial to do that. So basically you're looking at a night where you've got zero prep, or zero practice time, I should say. You've only got a walkthrough. You don't have a lot of film to watch. You don't have a lot of time to prepare for your next opponent, which is the exact same situation as it would be from a Friday to a Saturday night in the sectional. So Norwell has won the first 2 games of the sectional type week here this week and going for the championship, if you will. And I think it's really good to get this one on the road. Kind of gives you a different feel. And we kind of talked off air about some things. Not an easy place to shoot. This is a unique gym where it's a little bit darker than usual. But I think even more important than that is the fact that it's so large and wide. Everything's so pushed back from everything. The walls are not close. I mean, you're talking about a team that plays in some gyms, i.e. Columbia City, where the wall is less than 2 feet from the baseline.
Right.
So here you've got a lot of room to kind of move around, a lot of room. So it's definitely an interesting shooting background, and that's good to go for sectional as well. Of course, Norwell will be hosting the sectional. The all-important sectional draw takes place tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. And you got to like your chances if you're Norwell. You know, you're probably going to be up there with Marion as the 2 teams that could probably win the sectional. Marion probably going to be the overwhelming favorite, at least in the computer. They've had a tremendous year, really play a very difficult schedule as well. Just kind of a different ball club. Definitely kind of adds a different culture to the sectional 23. It just kind of changes the dynamic a little bit. You've got a team that's real athletic and plays at a fast pace, whereas you've had a lot of sectional teams in that particular sectional that really like to slow it down. Talking about teams like Heritage, like Mississinawa, Columbia City, teams like that, and Norwell, of course, over the last couple of years. But, it should be an interesting sectional, but I don't think there's a lot of argument to the fact that Norwell's definitely playing its best basketball of the year here over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and they've clinched the ability to be above 500 for the year with their 12th win last night against a very methodical Jay County team. And as we talked about in the postgame last night, Norwell felt like they were pretty much in control of that game, even though it was tight for most of the basketball game. They just did a really good job of weathering the storms that came with the Jay County runs. We'll see how they can do against a Woodland team that's probably going to push the pace just a little bit more than what they've seen already this week. They really haven't seen a whole lot of that. They'll wrap up the season after tonight's game next Friday at Homestead against a very good Homestead team who lost last night to Carroll
Yeah.
And Carroll won the SAC championship with that win. So, Homestead is going to be stinging a little bit going into that regular season game next Friday against the Knights.
Yeah, they sure will be. And Norwell's got another unique opportunity here. They're going to play on the road at two teams that will be having their senior nights on those particular nights.
That's right.
And senior night, we know for a fact that it really kind of it gives you a little extra juice, especially from the seniors. I think Norwell really showed that last night in the first quarter. The game was kind of decided then because Norwell extended that lead real early, and then Jay County was never able to quite recover. They were able to keep it very close, even tied it a couple times late in that basketball game, but every time they made a run, Norwell had an answer, and more times than not, it was led by the seniors. And I think it just goes back to that one word, and it's maturity. This team has shown it so much throughout the course of the year. It's been so great to watch these guys, and Coach McBride talked a little bit about it too last night. Luke Zedis and Brandon Nicholson being two of the most improved basketball players in the program since Coach McBride joined the program last year. So a couple of guys that have turned into really good leaders. And that's certainly not to take anything away from Cole Wilson or Trey Reeser, who both played pretty well last night as well. Trey Reeser made a couple of big threes.
Yeah, he did.
And played more time than I expected him to play. I thought, that this could be a situation where he's getting the start because it's senior night and then he comes out after a couple of minutes. That's not really the case. He stayed in the game for the vast majority of the first quarter and then entered again in the second half and played a pretty big role. So good to see those guys succeed, and Norwell trying to continue to build some momentum going into the tournament.
Yeah, and I think Trey, he'll play a bigger role here as we head towards postseason. Big thing with him is he's got to be focused on the defensive side of things.
Yep.
Obviously, he's played a lot of AAU ball. That's not the bastion of defensive play that you need to see sometimes at the high school level, but he's certainly got the skills to make an impact. I think he could really help this team. They've improved quite a bit over the course of the year. Brandon Nicholson really stepping up over the last couple of weeks to complement Will Geiger. Geiger with a chance for a 500-point season this year. Coach McBride was saying he's, I think, like at 437 coming into tonight's game. So with, a couple of good games and maybe even a win in postseason, he could reach that 500 level, which hadn't been done since 13. Will, obviously, just a sophomore. We tend to forget that. To be able to put up that level of scoring as a sophomore is pretty impressive. Now, the Knights, we mentioned, are back to their regular starting lineup with Connor Torson in the backcourt. It'll be interesting to see how they handle what I think they'll probably see from Woodlan, although maybe not right off the bat starting their 5 seniors, but Woodlan's going to pressure the basketball.
Yeah.
And so Norwell's going to have to handle it, and they've done a better job at that as the season has worn on. Struggled with a little bit early. They're definitely going to see that if they get to a team like, well, they're going to see it at Homestead in the half court, but if they get to a team like Marion in the postseason in the sectional, they're going to see a lot of that.
Yeah, and what that does is it tries to speed you up. They're just trying to make you think quicker.
Yep.
Just kind of being able to make quicker decisions. It really forces you to speed it up. And if you're not used to doing that, then you can really struggle. Now, Norwell, I think, has, again, you touched on it there, shown the ability to do that, especially in a game, the 2 games that stand out to me. Of course, teams that were inferior defensively, to say the least. But we're talking about teams like Eastbrook and Lures, 2 games where Norwell really found, some time to push the pace a little bit. Norwell and Lures traded baskets at times in that second quarter earlier this week. So,
right.
It's good to get that little bit of practice. This Woodland team is offensively by far the best in the ACAC, and it really hasn't worked all that well this year. Really struggling a little bit. Here comes the national anthem.
Wow, what a tremendous job on the national anthem by a quartet of
throwing it back old style.
Yeah,
right
I mean, that was tremendous.
That was.
Obviously a very similar version to that of the Gaither Band. It's now time for the starting lineups.
Number 12, Luke Cetus. Number 5, Will Geiger. Number 20, Cole Wilson. Number 22, Connor Forsyth. And number 40, Brandon Nicholson. Behind the coach by Mike McBride. And now, starting lineup for your Woodlan Warriors. Starting at forward, 6'1" senior, number 11, Alon Howard. Starting at guard, 6'2" senior, number 21, Matt Elias. Starting at center, 6'2" senior, number 24, Lucas Berkey. Starting at guard, 6'4" senior, number 34, Aaron Hahn. And starting at forward, 6'3" senior, number 35, Micah Robbins. The Warriors coached by Dave Rick.
Once again, those starters for the visitors on the scoreboard, your Norwell Knights. It's Will Geiger, Luke Zetas, not Zetas, Cole Wilson, Connor Torson, and Brandon Nicholson for head coach Mike McBride, 26-20 in his second year at Norwell. For the Warriors from Woodlan, the home team here, we got Alon Howard, Matt Elias, Lucas Berkey, Aaron Hahn, and Micah Robbins, the 5 seniors. For head coach Dave Randall, 73-85 in his 7th year here at Woodlan. We're just about set for the tip as Howard will tip off against Nicholson. And we've got a railing just about at eye level here, so I haven't quite decided whether I'm going to stay sat down or standing up, Derek.
Well, I know my preference, and by the way, Alon Howard can really get off his feet, so this could be interesting.
He does win the tip, and Woodlan will have the first possession.
Alon Howard, a great athlete, went to New Haven for the first couple of years of his high school career before transferring to Woodlan.
Launching a quick three and burying it, Micah Robbins gets Woodlan on the scoreboard early. And Derek, you talked about the momentum that and energy that can be gained by senior night.
Yeah. It's really hard to play on the road on senior night and beat somebody on their home floor no matter what kind of season they're having. Woodlan's not having a bad year. They're just kind of having a mediocre year. Norwell a 10-point favorite in this one according to the computer, and that's why Norwell is good. Will Geiger drives baseline and goes off glass to give them their first basket.
3-2 game here early on. That's Berkey with the basketball on the baseline. Finds Howard. Howard with the turnaround jumper, no good. And Nicholson pulls down the rebound.
You can already see we've had 3 possessions here in the first 55 seconds. That's not typical of a Norwell basketball game, so definitely a different kind of pace being brought to the table tonight.
Howard jumps center, and he's on top of that 2-3 zone. Good move by Brandon Nicholson inside.
Boy,
gives Norwell the lead.
Good to see Brandon attack the rim and go strong to the basket, going right down the lane, taking a nice step there and giving Norwell the lead.
Norwell with a little bit of full court pressure here. Woodlan handled it pretty well, I thought.
Yeah, I think Coach McBride has said this a couple of times as well. He just doesn't know about the quickness that Norwell can bring consistently defensively as Woodlan retakes the lead.
Micah Robbins with a pair of threes here, both assisted by Aaron Hahn. Woodlan trapping a little bit out of that 2-3 zone. They're finding the gaps, though, Norwell is. Nicholson couldn't get it to go, but gets his own rebound and scores. And he's going to go to the line for a potential three-point play.
Boy, it's become pretty evident early on here. Norwell should get a lot of rebounds tonight because it's a bigger team than Woodlan. Woodlan a different style. Norwell likes to pound it inside, and Brandon could have a big night tonight.
They're doing a great job so far of finding the seams. I put that on the wrong side. Thank you, Derek. As Nicholson able to convert the three-point play. Hahn directing traffic being guarded in the man-to-man by Cole Wilson. Cole got in some foul trouble last night. Didn't get a lot of minutes. I don't believe he scored in last night's game. Wide open for three was Elias. Couldn't get it to go, and Torsen pulled down the rebound. On the drive, Wilson's going to be fouled on the floor. Norwell will retain possession underneath.
Boy, they're not afraid to take him. That's pretty clear. Woodlan has taken, 4 threes now?
Three.
3 of them. 2 for
Made
3,
two.
though.
Yep. They're 2 of 4 from the field. Norwell 3 of 4. Zetas with the basketball up top. He's being guarded by Howard.
Tough,
now they've fallen back into their 2-3 zone.
Tough matchup for Luke.
Yeah, it is.
Milan's a real good defender, very quick.
Well, they're staying in the zone so far as Zetas able to get to the rim and got his own rebound. That was Torsen with the shot. Was that partially blocked, Garrett?
Yeah, it was, and came nowhere close to the rim.
Another 3. Micah Robbins on fire. Yeah, I've been getting those backwards all night. There we go. 9-7 Woodlan lead. Wilson with the basketball. Woodlan staying in that 2-3. Birchie on the wing. There's Geiger from the baseline, no good. Torsen, though, with the offensive rebound, lost the handle. Inside, is that Nicholson with the basket? I couldn't see because of or was that Geiger again? You didn't see it, Derek?
I was kind of blocked the same.
Who scored that basket, Kelby? Was that? Yep.
Okay.
That shot was missed by Robbins. Geiger pulled down the rebound. So Geiger's got 4 points. It's a 9-9 game here. Trying to catch up. Nice pass inside. Geiger wide open.
Too easy.
Cole Wilson with the assist. And a 30-second timeout called by Woodlan, I believe.
Yep.
So we'll keep it here and talk about Bluffton Roofing, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing owner James Worth will suggest the proper course of action that is best for your home. Bluffton Roofing, quality first home improvement. Get a hold of James at 260-307-6313.
Well, we're on a pretty good pace so far. The real question to me is going to be, can Woodlan keep up the shooting percentage from outside? If they can shoot it well from outside, they're going to be able to hang with Norwell. Their problem is interior defense. They've got nothing right now to stop anybody inside. Will Geiger and Brandon Nicholson getting baskets at ease.
Yeah, Geiger with 6 points, Nicholson with the other 5 to this point. And if they stay in that zone, it's going to be difficult. The other thing that they're going to struggle with is rebounding, as Norwell already with 3 offensive rebounds. Hahn into the front court. In the corner, that's Birchie. Alon Howard not looking to score there. On the cut is Hahn. He's fouled. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Foul will go on.
It's on Brandon.
Okay, so Nicholson picks up his first. Boy, this railing is just at a really tough spot.
Yeah, and just to give you a little broadcaster's insight here, it's one of the tricks we use is trying to listen to the PA announcer sometimes if you don't catch a foul or a basket, and it's really hard to hear the PA announcer tonight.
It is. He was great in the pregame introductions, but they obviously muted his microphone a little bit after the pregame. As they swing it around to Zetas, Luke, of course, still has that mask on. He'll have that on for the rest of the season. With the surgery he had on his nose, there's a three-point attempt, no good. Geiger, though, pulls down the rebound and is fouled.
Yeah, Geiger just ripping that board out of there and very aggressive on the boards here early on.
The foul's called on Aaron Hahn. That'll be his first. I've got him for 2 fouls. Obviously, the one I had previously was called on somebody else. Must have been, it might have been on Robbins. We'll just have to check it in a little while. It is 3 team fouls on Woodlan. Norwell with just 1 team foul, and Geiger looking very good from the free throw line the last couple of weeks. He was perfect last night. 2 for 2 to start this one. Hahn, nice pass inside Birchie. Birchie lost the handle, looking for help. Kicks it out to Elias, who swings it around to Hahn. All the seniors still in there for Woodland so far.
Well, they've
just
played
3:05 left.
They've played pretty well together, and I think there's some chemistry right there. As there's the turnover.
That's first turnover of the basketball game, as Geiger will take it the other way, and he is blocked by Micah Robbins. That's a good defensive play by Robbins. It will remain Norwell's basketball.
Coach Randall thought it was off of Geiger as he fell out of bounds. We're, again, a long ways away here tonight, so it's going to be difficult to tell on any of those kind of things.
Zettis lost the handle, and the Knights commit their first turnover. Under 3 minutes left here in this first quarter. Hahn into the lane, lost the handle, got it back and scored. Fortunate bounce for Woodland, and we're tied again at 13.
Alon Howard, I think, took a shot, maybe to the nose.
Looks like maybe his eye.
Yeah, it could be that as well. Not sure if he's wearing. Yeah, not sure if he's wearing any contacts or anything. But I think he just might have gotten poked.
Well, he'll be replaced by Mitch Mendenhall. Mendenhall, a 6'2" sophomore.
Big loss from an athletic standpoint, at least for the moment, for Woodland.
Woodland with 4 sophomores on the roster, and from what I understand, they all get pretty regular playing time. Woodland staying in that 2-3 zone. Underneath, Nicholson in the seam. He's going to be fouled.
Yep.
I think that's going to go on Elias.
Yeah, the strategy here for Norwell tonight's pretty simple. Pound it inside.
Yeah.
And they've had success so far.
It is Elias' first foul. 4th on Woodland. Norwell with just 1 team foul so far. As Nicholson in and out. Quentin Purdy's going to check in for the Knights along with Trey Reeser. Wilson and Zettis take a seat. Also subbing in for Woodland, Ben Ryder. Actually, it's Reedy. So, R-E-I-D-Y. He's just a sophomore as well. Wearing number 3. 2:25 left in this first quarter as Nicholson got the friendly roll there. I've got him now for 6 points. He and Geiger are the only 2 players to have scored so far for the Knights. Woodland doing a good job with Norwell's pressure. They've just not scored off on it. Oh, what a pass by Aaron Hahn. And burying another 3 is Micah Robbins. Wow, Aaron Hahn, that is as pretty a pass as you're going to see in a high school basketball game. 16-14 Woodland lead. Purdy, baseline to Nicholson, gets it back. Working against Woodland's 2-3.
Purdy had a couple big threes last night for Norwell. That's just kind of a forced shot.
Geiger, though, with the rebound, misses the shot, gets it again, gets it up, misses it again. Another rebound, misses that one. Wow,
how many?
4 attempts. 3 rebounds, 4 attempts.
Got to convert on one of those.
Reeser with the original miss. Finally coming out of there, by the way, with it was Mendenhall. In the lane with the miss is Reedy. And Reeser pulls down the rebound. Quickly the other way, Reeser with the miss. Purdy pulls it down. Now Torson's going to shoot it. He misses a 3, and Hahn pulls down the rebound.
Silly shot. Oh, it goes down. That's what you want to force in transition if you're Norwell. A real force shot, and it goes down for Hahn.
Underneath Nicholson with the miss, it'll remain Norwell's basketball. Actually, I was trying to figure. I think Geiger had 4 shot attempts down there, didn't he?
I think he did too. So the Knights actually got 5 looks that time.
That's exactly right.
4 offensive rebounds for Will.
Levi Leidig in the game for the Knights. Nicholson underneath. Gets it back out to Levi, and Leidig with a 3-ball.
Yeah, he's become a more consistent threat as he draws the Knights within 1.
Nicholson with the assist. 21 seconds left in the quarter. Also in the game for Woodland, I missed him coming in, Aiden Bayman. He's wearing number 1. Bayman, another one of those 4 sophomores, on the Woodland lineup. Great move by Aaron Hahn. I've got Aaron Hahn now with 6. And at the buzzer, is that Purdy at the buzzer?
Naz Leidig.
Leidig at the buzzer. That will end it. The Knights trail by 3, 2017 here at Woodland. We'll take a break and be back after these words from our sponsors.
A new adventure awaits. Above the clouds, beneath the waves, among the rocks, powered by the light around us. Each moment of time is precious. Go higher, deeper, further. Pursue your dreams. Powered by light. Any light never needs a battery. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers, North Main Street, Bluffton, where personal attention and trust become part of a memory.
Now, welcome back to Woodland. The Warriors lead it 20-17 after 1 quarter of play. Norwell just 6 of 20 from the field in that first quarter. And that's not to say it doesn't really speak to the shooting aspect of things, because they missed a number of chances right at the rim. Actually missed 5 shots on a singular possession in that first quarter, and right now they trail it by 3 going into the second quarter.
Well, and what's got Woodland their lead? They were 7 of 11 from the floor in the first quarter, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc, and those were all on Micah Robbins. Norwell with the basketball to start the second quarter. Nicholson inside makes space, and a foul's going to be called on the floor. That could have gone either way. It'll go against Woodland.
I didn't think there was much there.
34. Aaron Hahn picks up his second foul.
He's going to stay in the game right now, too. Coach Randall not real deep on the bench.
No, they need Hahn in the basketball game. Geiger's going to launch a quick 3, and the rebound is pulled down by Bayman.
I don't understand the shot there.
No.
Because you've had so much success inside. Why get away from what you're doing well?
Yeah, Woodland's still in that 2-3 zone. There's definitely some openings in that 2-3. Hahn will handle it up top. Misses the 3-ball. It's out of bounds. It'll be Norwell's basketball. That's the first 3 that Hahn has taken. Norwell squeezed off 20 shots in that first quarter, as you mentioned, Derek.
Almost twice as many as Woodland got off.
Yep. Leidig running the point for the Knights. That's Geiger at the elbow. Zetas tries to drive, and that was good defense by Hahn.
Yeah, it was.
He showed the contesting that shot and then backed off real quick. It'll remain Norwell's ball as Torsen will check back in for the Knights. He'll replace Leidig. 7:06 left in this first half. Not a bad crowd here this evening, considering the weather was a little iffy. Started snowing late this afternoon if you're not in the area. There's the backdoor play to Geiger. The assist to Cole Wilson. Great pass there by Cole. Knights back to within 1. Underneath. That was number 12, Mitch Mendenhall. Mendenhall with his first points. Mendenhall, another one of those sophomores. So Hahn and Robbins, the only seniors left in there on this senior night here in Woodburn. Norwell trying to penetrate that zone. Zetas finds a gap. The floater in the lane goes. Nice touch there by Zetas. Knights back to within 1 as we tick towards 6 minutes. Hahn finds Mendenhall for 3. That's Bayman for 3. Bayman with his first points of the game. Boy, and Woodlan really shooting it well from outside so far tonight. Oh,
yeah.
That's going to be an offensive foul.
That was an easy call.
Yeah, Brandon Nicholson just kind of ran right over number 12, Mendenhall.
Yeah, Mendenhall much smaller.
Yeah.
Nicholson actually fell over him and went to the ground as well. And anytime you do that, you're typically going to get called for an offensive foul.
Nicholson has Norwell's only 2 fouls as Purdy will check in for him. Also, Trey Reeser back in there for Cole Wilson. Norwell has, outside of the little bit of pressure they've put on, pretty much stayed in the man-to-man.
I think
actually, they're in a zone, aren't they? Hahn with a nice stutter step blocked by Geiger on the miss. It was number 3, now number 12, Mendenhall up and in. Hahn with the original miss. That's going to be a turnover on the Knights, their second of the first half. It's been a really clean game so far, Derek.
Yeah.
Just 3 turnovers in total.
Yeah, and kind of looking at the foul count, I think we're going to have to trust the book more than we trust the scoreboard because it's incorrect again, showing Nicholson with just 1 foul, and we know he has both fouls for Norwell.
Correct.
So,
yeah, so does Coach McBride as he's got him on the bench.
Yeah, which is a big loss right now for Norwell.
It is. He was very effective in that first quarter with 6 points. There's Mendenhall again. This one's off. The rebound, though, controlled by Reedy.
Undisciplined block out there. Everybody just kind of looked around and looked for somebody, as that's a deep shot. That was a better box out, and this time it goes back to Norwell. That first time allowing that offensive rebound is just kind of inexcusable because, it's again, in this particular basketball game, Norwell should be getting the pretty good majority of the rebounds here tonight, and there's been a couple loose balls get away from them.
The Knights trail by 6 with 4:40 left in the quarter. Zetas on the wing. Thought he was going to go baseline there. Decided to swing it back around. Get it to Geiger on the baseline. Dangerous pass. Zetas now for 3. No good. The rebound controlled by Geiger. He'll miss. And the rebound pulled down by Mendenhall.
Well, there was some contact on that second attempt.
Yeah, there was. Woodlan the other way. They get it to Mendenhall. Mendenhall did not start, although he might have without it being senior night. On that miss, it's Reeser pulling down the rebound. That was Bayman with the shot.
Knights need a bucket. Haven't scored in quite some time here.
Just 4 points in this second quarter with over half of the period gone. Is Zetas great pass underneath to Purdy.
Real good find, and Purdy with the finish.
Purdy with his first 2 points of the evening. Assist to Zetas. It was really a nice find by Luke.
Yeah, it was.
And the steal by Reeser, he will go the other way and miss the shot. Zetas, though, there for the putback and score. That's just the second turnover that Woodlan's committed so far this evening, at least in my book. Oh, good fake by Robbins, and Robbins continues with the hot hand. I've got him with 14 points now. His first 12 were from beyond the arc. And it is a 4-point Woodlan lead. After 2 home games, Derek, I'm stuck running the score the other way. Geiger up and in. Norwell now trails 29-27. The scoring pace has picked up for the Knights here a little bit. From the side, it's number 3, Ben Reedy. He hits a long ball and extends Woodlan's lead back out to 5 with 2:39 left in the quarter. Geiger spins into the lane and scores. Good move by Will. Left the defender flopping in his wake.
Well, biggest scoring pace this season so far for the Knights in any basketball game combined between the two teams. Woodlan is, without a doubt, controlling the pace right now.
Yeah, they really are. Norwell really doesn't want to play this fast.
No.
As Geiger picks up his first foul, it'll send Aaron Hahn to the line. I've got Hahn with 6 points so far. He's not scored yet in this second quarter, though.
I think Woodlan knew that coming in. Although I am kind of surprised to the fact, I think the difference might be in the ACAC teams are better at slowing it down.
Yeah.
And Woodlan just hasn't been able to overcome that in conference games. But in a non-conference game, they're trying to push it just about as much as they can, and it's worked out pretty well for them so far.
Leidig and Wilson back in for the Knights, and Hahn 1 and 2 from the line. Checking back in for the Warriors is Matt Elias. Hahn will actually take a seat. He has really been the controlling force for the Warriors so far. It'll be interesting to see how they do with him on the bench. Thorson didn't have much trouble with the pressure there from the Warriors. Into the post, that's Geiger. Geiger drives, scores. They're going to count the bucket, and he will go to the line for the potential three-point play. The foul called on Matt Elias. That'll be his second. Team's sixth. And Geiger back to the line. I've got him for 16 already, Derek.
Half of Norwell's points.
Make it 17.
Still
the timeline, Aiden Bayman.
Still just about 2 minutes to go, and plenty of time for more points here in this first half.
Norwell trailing by just one. Did a good job of getting back into it, and that's going to be a traveling call on Mitch Mendenhall. The third turnover on the Warriors. Purdy will inbound. Reedy and Mendenhall applying a little bit of pressure in the backcourt, but not much. They pretty much allowed Norwell to bring it across the timeline with 1:40 left. Torsen. That's Wilson. Oh, he had Purdy, didn't see him. As Geiger to the basket, will score again.
Probably got away with one there.
Yeah, he gives Norwell the lead, though. 34-33. Norwell's only scored 70 points a couple of times this year, and they're about on pace to do that right now with 1:12 left in this second quarter. The kick out to Elias. He'll give it back to Reedy. Reedy being guarded by Leidig. And Leidig takes it away from him. A foul's going to be called. I think that might be on Torsen, actually. It is. He kind of grabbed the intended recipient of that pass. And Leidig actually had the steal. Zettis checks back in for Norwell with 1:01 left. That's Robbins again, no good this time, and Geiger pulls down the rebound. That's the first miss from beyond the arc for Micah Robbins.
Oh, nice
Geiger
spin.
missed the shot, but Torsen able to pull down the offensive rebound.
Even better about that move was the fact that he avoided the offensive foul. They had a couple guys setting up for it.
Zettis will kick to Wilson, the cross-court pass. Torsen, who has shot a three this evening. 31 seconds left. Leidig will leave it for Torsen. I got to believe Norwell would be satisfied with the last shot of the half here. 19 seconds. Woodlan staying in their 2-3. Leidig back to Wilson with 10 seconds. They get it to Torsen with 7. 4. Leidig kicks out to Zettis around to Wilson. Wilson with the jumper on the move, no good. That was the only shot that Cole took in the first half. Norwell will go to the locker room with a 1-point lead. It's 34-33 here at Woodlan. We'll take a break and be back after these words from our sponsors.
Are you looking for a job or know of someone who is? Peyton's Northern, a Kroger company, is now hiring. At Peyton's, you'll get a job with career advancement opportunities, employee discounts, tuition reimbursement, and educational assistance. A successful applicant will need to be 18 years of age, have the ability to work weekends, holidays, and overtime, can operate motorized equipment, complete strength and endurance testing, pass a pre-employment and background screens, work 10-hour shifts, and lift 55 pounds. At Peyton's, we offer matching 401k retirement savings, paid incentive days, personal and vacation days, and you'll receive Kroger benefits after 60 days. All qualified applicants are encouraged to apply for this opportunity online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution Jobs and search for Bluffton. For questions, call Peyton Staffing Center at 260-827-2108 or 2109. That's jobs.kroger.com, 260-827-2108. Peyton's Northern, now hiring.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Troxel Equipment Company, a family-owned business, is dedicated to making you a satisfied customer with the best possible equipment, parts, and service. 3 locations in Bluffton, Huntington, and Wabash. You can find a full line of John Deere equipment, mowers and generators from Honda, blowers and chainsaws by Steel. Experience superior service and selection at Troxel Equipment, your solutions dealer. Find them online at troxelequipment.com.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. Have you ever experienced a workplace, sports, or auto accident, or just keep suffering from chronic pain? Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension? Corrective Chiropractic can help.
I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic, serving Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding area to help you feel and function better. Schedule your appointment today at 260-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza, Bluffton, Indiana.
At First Bank of Bern, we follow a set of ideals and values that define who we are. Honesty, integrity, respect, and compassion. They guide us every day in our work and in our lives because we believe banking should be easy and everyone should be treated with respect regardless of their account size. It's why people have trusted us with their banking for generations. It makes us who we are. First Bank of Bern. We believe in the value of people. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Woodland. We're at halftime. Norwell leads the homestanding Warriors on senior night 34-33. It was a tight one throughout. Neither team was able to create a lot of separation, but a pretty fast pace. Probably one of the fastest paced, if not the fastest pace we've seen two teams combined for in a Norwell contest this year. And with the halftime statistics, here's Greg Van Meter.
Thank you, Derek. 34-33 at halftime. Norwell did not lead much of that first half, but they led when it was most important, and that was at the end of it. Woodlan really dominating from outside. I mean, that's how they've led most of this first half. We'll talk about them first. 12 of 23 from the field. That's 52% as a team. From beyond the arc, 6 of 12 in that first half. And 3 of 4 from the free throw line. That's 75%. I had Woodland with just 3 turnovers and just 8 rebounds in that first half. Norwell just dominated the boards. Individually, Woodland being led by Micah Robbins. He's got 14 in the first half on 5 of 7 shooting, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. Aaron Hahn next with 7. Then Ben Reedy with 5 points off the bench. Mitch Mendenhall with 4. And Aiden Bayman with 3. And that is a good, talented group of sophomores that they have in there. It'll be interesting to see how many of them start the second half. For Norwell, 14 to 34 from the field in the first half. So they got 11 more shots off than Woodlan did in that first half. Now, 5 of them were on one possession. So that kind of told the story there. From beyond the arc, the Knights shooting struggles a little bit tonight. 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. And then 5 of 6, though, from the free throw line. That's 83%. The Knights committing just 2 turnovers in the first half and collecting 17 rebounds to Woodlan's 8. Will Geiger leading the way for the Knights, 19 points in the first half. We talked about where he was at, and if my math's right, that puts him at like 456 on the season. He was 8 of 16 in the first half, missed a 3 as well, and then he was 3 of 3 from the free throw line. His free throw shooting has really improved over the course of the season. Brandon Nicholson had 6 points on 2 of 4 shooting, hit a couple of free throws. All those were in the first quarter. He was a little bit limited due to foul trouble. Luke Zetas with 4 on 2 of 5 shooting, and then Levi Leidig hit 1 of 2 threes, and Quentin Purdy with a basket as well for the Knights, 34 points. Norwell's got to figure out a way to slow down the three-point shooters for Woodlan at this point. 6 of 12, obviously an excellent percentage from beyond the arc, but those threes have not been contested to this point either.
No, they haven't. They have done a real nice job of setting screens around the perimeter and opening some guys up. Norwell's not recovering well and not even getting to the point where they're putting a hand in their face. So pretty open threes, and a lot of teams can knock down those shots. So if you give teams enough time, most shooters on a high school basketball team are going to be able to knock down that shot more times than not. And right now 6 for 12 is 50%, and that's just too good of a percentage if you're Norwell on defense. If you're Woodlan, I think you don't really have any other options other than to rely on your three-point shooting, because that's where the vast majority of your offense has come from tonight. Your shooting percentage is what's going to win or lose this basketball game, because I don't anticipate a lot changing defensively for them, because I think they're, you got to take the lesser of two evils if you're Woodlan, and you got to pick something, because you're going to give up some baskets inside. That's just the fact of the matter with Norwell, with Will Geiger, and a big Brandon Nicholson that's going to be back into the basketball game, probably starting the second half. He was on the bench for the last half of the second quarter with 2 fouls. Not a whole lot of fouls in that first half for either team. I don't think either team reached the bonus even. So we've played at a pretty good pace. It's a pretty quick evening so far. Nothing like last night at the Castle where there was overtime JV games. Of course, Norwell once again going for the sweep, going for back-to-back sweeps here on the last couple of nights. The freshmen winning 33-23, and the JV winning as well. Eli Riley, 28 points for the JV team in that contest.
He looked good.
Yeah, he did, and we were talking about that earlier as well. He's gotten so much better over the course of the season, and he is really prepping to become a good varsity player in his future.
People just don't realize how hard it is to go from the 8th grade level of basketball to even JV, let alone varsity. That's why you just don't see many freshmen at the varsity level.
That's right.
Most of them just don't have the physical strength. Eli Riley's, what, $130, $135
That's
at
generous.
best?
Yeah.
And
you're talking about a starting quarterback on a varsity team,
exactly.
leading a team to a couple of wins. So, it is just, I don't think you can stress that enough. It's just takes a lot of talent.
Yep.
He's going to play some varsity baseball. He's going to be catching after this year, probably catch a couple games at the varsity level this year as well. But then after that, he'll be your catcher for the next couple of years. That's absolutely.
Well, we're just about set for the second half. The starters back on the floor for the Knights. It's Nicholson, Torsen, Geiger, Zetas, and Wilson. For Woodlan, it's Hahn, Elias, Birchie, Howard, who's back out there after being injured in the first half, and Robbins. So the starters back out there as well. From the side, it's Matt Elias That's his first points of the basketball game, and Woodlan quickly retakes the lead. Hahn with another assist.
Picking up right where they left off.
Well, he really distributes the basketball well, doesn't he, Derek?
Sure does.
Great at finding the open man. Nicholson will drive baseline and lose it. It's stolen away by Elias.
Yeah, I tell you what, he came back in from
it looked like
out
it
of
didn't.
bounds. Yep.
Hahn on the drive, doesn't get it to go, and Geiger pulls down another rebound. That's the other thing. Geiger had a bunch of rebounds in the first half as well. Not able to count all those up. Zetas tried to get it inside to Geiger. It's blocked away by Elias, and a jump ball is going to be called on the other end.
Yeah. On that last drive, if I'm Luke, I'm taking that shot because I think he got a quicker first step. He had his defender beat, went to the baseline, and then tried to feed it middle to Will Geiger. But there was just a little bit too much traffic in there, so the pass was broken up and nearly created a turnover. Norwell saved by the jump ball.
That'll be, yeah, that's right. We won't count a turnover either way, will we? Wilson will leave it for Torson underneath. Nice pass from Torson and Nicholson. Connor with the assist.
Yeah,
Nicholson with his 8th point.
Just went right up top, and that's what you got to do against this Woodland defense, and Nicholson with a nice finish.
Underneath to Howard from Hahn. Howard with his first 2 points.
Boy, way too easy. Nobody recovered there. Cole Wilson was a step behind, and it cost Norwell a basket.
Wilson being pressured by Howard. That's Nicholson in the lane. He scores easily. Not a lot of defense on either side of the ball at this point. As they go back and forth, 6:19 left in the third quarter. Elias, might have traveled there. No call. Hahn will give it up in a 3-second call. That'll be a turnover on Woodlan.
Don't see that called all that often. A couple times a year, it seems like.
Yep. Well, Robbins just kind of got stuck in there. I don't know that he realized where he was on the floor. As Torson brings it across the line to Zetas. Woodland putting a little bit of pressure on the ball when it's up top, but they're essentially staying in that 2-3. Underneath, it's Nicholson. Great pass from Wilson.
Same story.
And Norwell retakes the lead at 40-38. Under 6 minutes left here. In the corner, that's Elias. That's an air ball, and Geiger pulls down the rebound. Boy, that wasn't close. Good find by Hahn. Geiger charges the other way. That's going to be an offensive foul.
And Norwell fans don't like the call.
Well,
but
it's the right call, though.
Absolutely. It was way out of control. You just can't do that. He fell down as well. And whether the defense was in better position or not, it's not really the issue. The fact of the matter is, Will was way out of control. Yeah, and he does it all the time.
It's a foul every time.
Yeah, he does.
Hahn will bring it across the line. Woodland looking to retake the lead. Robbins, who is on fire in the first half, throws it away. Wilson will head the other way, lay it up with the left hand, and score. Also fouled on the play. Boy, excellent body control there by Cole Wilson. The foul will go on Micah Robbins. That's his first.
Well, we'll see if you agree with this statement. I think the difference in this basketball game is how many stops can Norwell get on the defensive end.
Yeah.
Because I think Norwell is going to continue to be successful offensively. The question being, are they going to be able to stop Woodland at any point? Because they've scored pretty easily on a number of possessions. Now, granted, they've earned some of their possessions as well. Their offense is pretty effective, but Norwell's broken down a couple times tonight.
Norwell with their biggest lead of the game. They're up by 5 here with 5:02 left. Woodland will retain possession under their basket. Hahn inbounding for the Warriors. Are you a little surprised that all those seniors started the second half for the Warriors? Howard with this.
I'm not, because of the way they started the first half. They started the basketball game, good chemistry, working well together, and they were pretty effective out there for several minutes. So I like the move.
Nicholson looking for help on the baseline. They'll swing it all the way around to Wilson for 3. No good. Zetas, though, with the offensive rebound. Tries to get it to Nicholson. It's taken away from him. Heading the other way and laying it up is Howard.
Woodland has plenty of firepower in that offense, and it's a very opportunistic defense that keeps them in the basketball game.
Zetas, as they keep working that short corner. Norwell's lead down to 3. On the drive, Luke partially blocked, and pulling down the rebound was Elias.
Good contest at the rim.
Hahn looking to drive, kicks out to Birchie, wide open for 3, no good, but gets his own rebound and scores. Lucas Birchie, with his first shots of the game and his first 2 points, pulls the Warriors to within 1. I know he's the nephew of Mike Dugan. Mike, saw him earlier, of course, longtime Norwell assistant coach, pastor at Markle Church of Christ. Norwell being very patient here. With 3:30 left in the quarter, there's Nicholson on the block. He's going to be fouled, and they're going to count the bucket. Brandon Nicholson has been a force here in the third quarter.
Yeah, we kind of thought that Brandon had the potential to have a pretty big game tonight. Just matches up pretty well with this Woodlan team, and really making his presence known here in this third quarter.
That's Matt Elias with his 3rd foul. He's replaced by Mitch Mendenhall in the Warrior lineup. Brandon, I've got now with 14 points in this contest. Still with 14, as Howard pulls down the rebound. Quickly the other way, Robbins leaves it for Hahn. Now Birchie, Mendenhall on the baseline. Mendenhall had 4 in the first half. Looks to be a scorer as Hahn forces up the jumper, no good. Nicholson with the rebound.
Kind of a wild shot.
Yeah, he didn't, not a lot of control there. It's Trey Reeser who entered, misses that 3. It'll be Woodlan's basketball.
That was kind of a wild shot.
So a couple of not real wise shot choices there by either squad on those 2 possessions. And even 3 minutes left in this third quarter. It's been relatively close the entire time.
It has.
Neither team really getting too far away from the other, and that's going to be a foul on Quentin Purdy. Purdy also came in at the last dead ball for the Knights. That's Quentin's first foul. 2nd here in the second half. Woodlan also with 2 team fouls. Leidig's going to check in for the Knights. He will replace Connor Torson. The Knights lose some size with that substitution. Levi listed at, I believe, 5'8". Torson at 6'2". Ball tossed into the backcourt. Actually, they list Torson at 6'1", but he's closer to 6'2". He's still growing.
Yeah. He might have a couple inches left still.
Yeah, he might. His brothers, actually the rest of his family, pretty tall. Mendenhall with the miss there. It was Geiger that came out of there with the rebound. He'll leave it for Leidig. Geiger just ripped it out of the hands of Mendenhall. Will, a very strong young man. He has been since he was in middle school, and Nicholson's going to be called for a travel. That'll be the 3rd turnover of the quarter on the Knights. They only had 2 turnovers in the first half. Checking in for Woodlan is Aiden Bayman. Birchie will take a seat. Hahn handling it for the Warriors. Just over 2 minutes left in this quarter. Howard in the lane. Howard will kick it back to Bayman. Bayman, good pass underneath to Mendenhall, blocked by Nicholson, but Howard there to clean it up.
Yeah, that was kind of unfortunate for Norwell. Good block, loose ball found by Howard, and a good finish by Alon.
That's the first block of the game for Nicholson. Reeser on the wing. He is a threat to shoot. Now, Trey has not scored yet tonight. He's 0 for 4 from the field. There's Geiger in the corner for 3. No good, and Robbins will pull down the rebound. That's the second 3 that he's attempted tonight. In the lane, Mendenhall will leave it for Robbins. Robbins will pump the 3 and hit it. Micah Robbins has been a terror tonight for Woodlan as he ties the game at, actually they go ahead by 2, 47-45. I think I missed Howard's basket there on the scoreboard. Sorry about that, folks. As Leidig gets free, can't get it to go. Nicholson with the miss. It'll be out of bounds and it'll remain Norwell's basketball. Cole Wilson will check back in for the Knights, replacing Nicholson. Brandon with a very good third quarter. 8 points, 3 rebounds, and a block. Purdy swings it around to Wilson in the corner. Leidig on the post now. Geiger makes space and scores. We'll give Levi an assist there as Norwell ties it back up. They led at halftime by 1, but I think Woodland's biggest lead was 6. Norwell's 5. Hahn underneath Howard gets it taken away. It'll remain Woodland's basketball.
Good strip. Cole Wilson with the dig.
Nicholson, Torsen, and Zettis all back into the Norwell lineup as Purdy, Leidig, and Reeser will take a seat. 34.8 on the clock. Hahn looks inside Howard. Nice move as Howard just kind of moved past Connor Torsen. Woodland retakes the lead. Norwell had it batted away by Howard, but Torsen able to gather it up. And he's stripped. They'll head the other way. Howard will lay it up and in. Alon Howard with 10 points in the quarter gives Woodland a 4-point lead with 6 seconds. Geiger on the wing will shoot the jumper and miss it. Hahn pulls down the rebound, and that will end the third quarter. Norwell trails at Woodland 51-47. We'll take a break and be back after these words from our sponsors.
Welcome to the new Heidi Automotive Group. We have a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Now you can shop for a new Chevrolet, Buick, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, or Chrysler at the same location right here in Bluffton, Indiana. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and crossovers. We focus on quality, and that is why we certify our pre-owned inventory so you get more warranty, free maintenance, and peace of mind. Don't worry about your credit. We have financing options for everyone. Heidi Automotive Group, a new look, but old-fashioned integrity.
Welcome back to Woodland. We enter the fourth quarter as the Warriors take a 51-47 lead into it, and it'll be, I think it'll be Woodland basketball to start this fourth quarter as well. So they tried to build some momentum right there at the end of that third quarter, kind of took control a little bit. They can extend that lead to potentially 6 or even 7 here on this possession, so it's very critical that Norwell get a stop right now.
Yeah, they do, as Woodland will have the ball to start the fourth. Mendenhall, Hahn, Howard, Bayman, and Robbins out there for the Warriors. Hahn, long cross-court pass to Mendenhall, gets it back. He's being guarded by Geiger in the man-to-man defense. Robbins, who has had a hot hand all night, I've got him with 5 threes. Hahn with a long three-pointer and a good rebound there by Brandon Nicholson. Not the wisest of shot choices, I don't think there, Derek.
Not at all.
Especially when you're leading by 4. You want to try to get a pretty good quality shot. Hahn, though, has played a great game. Nicholson underneath. The assist from Torsen. Good find by Connor.
Connor's got great floor vision, and he's seen the floor really well tonight. Seen a lot of open guys, especially Nicholson. Him and Brandon have connected on a number of times tonight.
Oh, Robbins left wide open. Misses this one, though, and Nicholson pulls down the rebound. Boy, you can't leave Micah Robbins that wide open. Wilson, as they'll swing it around to Zettis. Geiger and Nicholson working back and forth across the lane, trying to post up against the zone defense that the Warriors have played all night. Norwell looking for a seam, being patient. Nicholson will drive. Might have got away with the travel, but they don't call it, and Norwell reties it at 51. Hahn on the drive is going to be fouled. I've got Brandon Nicholson now with 18 points, Derek.
Yeah, he's having himself a real nice night. That's just the 5th foul of the half combined. It's the 3rd team foul on Norwell.
It'll go on Luke Zettis, his first. Hahn is 1 for 2 from the line in the first half. Or, excuse me, 3 of 4. That makes him 4 of 5. He'll try to make it 5 of 6 with this one. 6:25 left in regulation here. And Woodlan retakes the lead. Not more than a 6-point lead for either team. It's been close throughout. Norwell inside, Woodlan outside. I mean, that's basically been the story as the game, as Nicholson's shot is blocked by Hahn. That's good help side defense from Hahn. Norwell will retain possession. Torsen inbounding for the Knights. Geiger will go baseline, blocked again by Hahn, gets the rebound, blocked again. It's out of bounds. It'll be Norwell's ball.
Nope. It'll be Woodlan's ball.
Or Woodlan's ball, I mean. I'm sorry. Thank you, Derek. Hahn with 2 blocks on the play. He gets off his feet pretty well. I mean, he really athletic kid. He's a senior. Robbins open for the jumper, no good, and Nicholson pulls down another rebound. Nicholson just piling up the rebounds. I've got him for 5 here just in the second half. Geiger on the baseline, a long kick. Torsen up top, swings it to Zetas. Norwell being patient, and they should be, trailing by just 2. Geiger. Oh, nice pass inside Wilson to Nicholson. Can't get it to go, but Zetas pulls down the offensive rebound. That was Geiger with the jumper, no good, and Torsen ends up with it. The Knights will reset. Wilson into the lane, the floater up and in. Good left hand there from Cole Wilson. He ties the game for the Knights, and a timeout called. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Folks, Peyton's Northern, a Croker company, is now hiring. If you're 18, able to work 10-hour days, and can pass pre-employment and background screenings, please apply online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution, then search for Bluffton. That's jobs.kroger.com. We're all tied here at Woodlan with 5:09 left at 53. Each team with 4 timeouts left.
Yeah, if this continues to be tight, we're in for a long last couple of minutes because we know Coach McBride really likes to save all of his timeouts into the last couple of minutes. And that's a strategy I think kind of neglected by a lot of coaches, especially in the high school game when it matters so much because you can't stop the clock. Or the clock doesn't stop after a made basket.
Right.
So you can't stop it if you don't have any timeouts. So those are big to have in the bag right at the end.
Torsen, Zetas, Wilson, Nicholson, and Geiger on the floor for the Knights. Mendenhall with the basketball for Woodlan. Looks like Norwell might trap a little bit here as Woodlan throws it away.
One of the few turnovers we've had here tonight from Woodlan.
I've got him for just 6 in the game, first here in the fourth quarter. They've only scored 2 points in this fourth quarter, have the Warriors. Torsen.
Yeah, Norwell had a real nice patient possession last time with a couple of offensive rebounds.
The Knights throw it away. Their first turnover of the fourth quarter. Good hands there by Mendenhall. He will launch a 3, no good. But
nobody
gets his own rebound. Wow.
Yeah.
Mendenhall with a long pass out to Robbins, and Coach Randall knew he was in trouble, called a timeout when he really didn't need to. And I think that's got to be a full timeout.
Yep.
It is. We'll take a break and be back. Tied at 53 here in Woodburn.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome back to Woodlan, tied at 53, 4:36 to go. We're coming out of a Warriors timeout. They'll have the basketball. This thing has kind of become more Norwell's pace. That turnover was big right at the end of the last possession. But Norwell has been patient on a couple of possessions here in this fourth quarter, and that's what they're so very good at. And I think that's probably got to be the key going down the stretch here. Continue to get stops and elongate your possessions offensively.
Woodlan will have the basketball. Bayman and Mendenhall, a pair of sophomores out there for the Warriors, along with Hahn, Howard, and Robbins, all seniors. Robbins has really shot it well all night long for Woodlan, although he has not scored yet in this fourth quarter and just 3 in the second half. Had 14 in the first. But he's not forced anything either. Mendenhall working on Wilson. Leaves it for Bayman. And Woodlan being very patient here, as patient as they've been all night, really. Hahn, the catalyst for this squad, finds Howard underneath. And they'll reset it to Hahn. Hahn's forced a couple shots, but he's really played an excellent floor game. Great pass underneath. Hahn with another assist. Finds Aiden Bayman cutting to the basket. That's 5 for Bayman. And Woodlan back up by 2. 3:38 left. Geiger on the baseline. Backs his way in. Can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Gets it up and scores. Tied again at 55. Hahn into the front court. You'll find Bayman for 3 in and out, and Geiger pulls down the rebound. Good strong rebound there from Will Geiger. He's got a bunch of those tonight too. Definitely in double figures to this point. Of course, he got 4 of them on one possession. Hahn gets it back and throws it away. So a couple of turnovers there. Nicholson will drive, get it to Geiger. Geiger misses the shot, but he will go to the line and shoot a pair of free throws. Good interior passing there from Nicholson. The foul will go on Aiden Bayman. That's his first. Team's third. Each team with just 3 fouls here in the second half. I love the way this game's been called, Derek.
Oh, I do too.
Keeps the flow going. As Geiger good again from the free throw line.
I wish more
so far.
Wish more games would be called like this, but that's not the case. A lot of times you have a more physical game than this particular one's been.
Geiger now 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Norwell has the lead again at 57-55. I've got Will for 25 points. Bayman looking for help, leaves it for Howard. He's being guarded by Zettis. Howard had a big third quarter, 10 points in that third quarter on 5 baskets. Bayman thought about the 3, left it for Robbins instead. Underneath Howard. Howard misses the shot, and Connor Torson pulls down the rebound. Norwell quickly the other way. Zettis.
Now's when you need to be patient, take it out top.
Cole Wilson wide open for 3, gets it to go.
Well, unless you can shoot it like that, and Cole Wilson hits a big shot.
Cole with 5 here in the fourth quarter, 8 overall. Norwell's lead back to 5. Quentin Purdy's going to check in for the Knights. Boy, Norwell's hit some big shots when they needed them.
Yeah, they have.
Woodlan's only scored 4 points in this fourth quarter. As the offenses really on both sides have slowed down quite a bit, but especially for Woodlan. A couple of turnovers have hurt them. Howard with the give and go to Hahn. Hahn leans in and scores.
I'm interested to see what Woodlan's defense is like on this possession. With 1:50 to go, they trail by 3. Norwell probably going to be pretty patient. How aggressive will Woodlan be?
Norwell still working against the zone. It's a 2-3, but Howard's playing on the ball up top. Quentin Purdy launches a 3 and hits it. Quentin Purdy, for the second night in a row, another big 3 for the Knights. Coach Randall.
No, that's Coach McBride.
Coach McBride burned the timeout. I'm sure it's a 30, actually. It is a 30. So we'll let you know that when you join the Y, you're not just a member of a facility, you're a part of something greater. Take the first step towards a healthier you. Join the Y. Kayla Nickel Foundation YMCA is located at 550 West Dustman in Bluffton. Norwell leading by 6. That's their biggest lead of the game, Derek.
It is, and it couldn't have come at a better time. You know, that's one of those shots you don't think is going to be good until it goes in. And not to say it wasn't an open look, because it was. It was a real open shot for Quentin Purdy, spotted up on the wings. Now made 3 threes in a row. And, you
right.
you kind of not – it's hard to pass that up. So he didn't. He took that choice. Norwell only led by 3 going into that possession, but now they lead by 6, and that's a big turn of events with just 1:27 to go, though we know Woodlan can score fast.
Yeah, they were 8 of 16 from beyond the arc coming into this fourth quarter.
Here's the other thing. If Woodlan has to play the foul game, not being in the bonus is going to hurt them.
Robbins on the missed 3, and Torson pulls down the long rebound. That's going to be a foul on the Warriors. It'll go on Aaron Hahn, and it'll be his 3rd.
It's just the team's 4th, though, so
yeah,
got a couple more to give.
Leidig will check in for Quentin Purdy for the Knights. Quentin with 5 points on the evening. He may not get back in there, but they were 5 big points, 2 in the second, 3 in the fourth. Nicholson will wait for Torson in the backcourt. Norwell, I've got to imagine it's either got to be a layup or a foul here. There's one that Mitch Mendenhall will pick up. That'll give Woodlan 5 team fouls. Still 1 to give. An even minute left here. Wilson in the backcourt to Torson. Now Woodlan trying to trap. Bayman dives for the basketball. Woodlan ends up with it. No foul on the shot. Boy, there was a lot of contact.
Norwell lost it again. It's a jump ball.
Torson with another rebound. And I don't know if there was a little extracurricular down there.
No, the stoppage was because the possession arrow had lost power at the scores table, and just needed a little jostling of the cord to get back on, as it's on now, and it favors Norwell. So 45.8 left. Just got to make sure you get to the line. Actually, you're still not even shooting free throws, so right now you got to worry about taking care of the ball.
Zettis back in for the Knights, and Leidig will be fouled by Bayman.
Leidig
second.
Leidig or Geiger are the 2 guys to get it to if you're Norwell. Leidig's a very, very consistent free throw shooter.
Yeah, and it's not like he's gotten a lot of attempts, but boy, he's been really good from the line. Nicholson trapped in the corner, bad place to be, but they do call the foul. And that'll send Brandon to the line to shoot 1-1. It'll be called on Alon Howard, his 2nd. And the 7th team foul on Woodlan. So 42.2 seconds left. Norwell up by 6. This is a big free throw right here.
Yeah, it is.
Front one, the most important, just to give Norwell a 3-possession lead. And wow, that was strong. Out of bounds, it's retained. Boy, great hustle by Mendenhall. Quickly up to Howard, and Howard with the layup. Another great find by Aaron Hahn. It is a 30-second timeout called by Dave Randall. They've got just 2 left. Those are both full timeouts. I think Norwell's are all full as well. Let's see here. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all type of injuries and ailments and accepts all insurances. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, visit indianapt.com. Also, Daniels Jewelers does in-house repair, specializing in restoration and resetting, prong retipping, and resizing. Or maybe it's time for a new style. Choose from many designers and settings. Daniels Jewelers on North Main Street in Bluffton. Norwell up by 4 with 32.3 seconds on the clock. Woodlan will be bringing some pressure in the backcourt. 2 more fouls in the single bonus situation for the Knights to get. Torsen will inbound. Finally does to Leidig. Leidig's going to be fouled immediately. That's going to go on Mitch Mendenhall, I believe. It does. That's his second. Team's 8th.
It's the right guy.
Yep, Leidig going to the line. He's got 3 points on the night. He had a 3-pointer back in the first quarter for Norwell. Leidig, a junior on this Knights squad, didn't play a whole lot last year due to injury.
Didn't play at all.
That's right, he didn't. He didn't play Gindle baseball season, did he? And he misses the front end. Will Geiger, though, pulls down the offensive rebound. That's a huge rebound for the Knights.
Boy,
he will go to the line.
Norwell missing some critical free throws here.
Yeah, they have.
This is 1-1 as well.
2 of 4 from the line. Geiger, though, has been perfect so far tonight from the free throw line. That's a huge offensive rebound. Geiger's shot is up and good. Nothing but net for the sophomore. He's approaching 30 points. I got him for 26. Had 19 in the first half. His second, also good. A couple big free throws there from Geiger. It's a 6-point lead for the Knights, 26 seconds. And Zetas with the foul. That'll be his second foul.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Absolutely.
That's what you want to do here. You want to force no easy drives for Woodlan because you still got 2 fouls to give here. So just make sure it's not in the act of shooting and you can foul.
Try to make him burn a little time and then foul him. Hahn into the front court. Pass gets through to Bayman. Bayman. That's Robbins with a long 3. No good. And Geiger pulls down the rebound and is fouled.
Yeah.
With 14.8 on the clock.
One free throw should get the job done here. With
Mendenhall picks up his 4th. He's committed all those fouls here in the fourth quarter. Geiger will go back to the line. Will just so strong. He is. I'm going to have to. It's going to take me 5 minutes to add up his rebounds. First on the 1-and-1 is good. Actually, that was a 2-shot foul. Geiger looking to get to 29 points on the evening. He had 20 last night, 34 against Lures earlier in the week. As Birchie will check back in for Woodlan, as will Elias. The seniors will finish senior night on the floor. Hahn, Howard, Robbins, Birchie, and Elias. 12 seconds. Hahn flips to Birchie for 3, and he banks it in. Lucas Birchie, 5 points on the night. 1 second. That'll do it. Norwell comes to Woodburn and improves to 13-9 on the season. That's a big win for the Knights, 67-62. We'll take a break and be back with your post-game show after these words from our sponsors.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Get the $6.99 any deal at your local Pizza Hut on North Main Street in Bluffton. The Bowling Center in Bluffton has adult youth double leagues with 1 adult and 1 youth per team, or 2 youth may make a team starting soon. The leagues are 10 weeks long and everyone plays every frame. With 22 lanes, there is plenty of excitement to go around. So stop by to practice or come relax with friends. And don't forget about Friday Fun. From 12 noon to 6 p.m., only $1 per game and 50-cent shoe rental in a smoke-free environment. The Bowling Center is located at 1231 South Main Street in Bluffton. Visit bowlbluffton.com.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
At First Bank of Bern, we believe free should mean free. Not kind of free. Completely free. That's exactly what our free and easy checking account is. Free of fees, free of hassles, free of catches. You also get a free Visa check card, free online banking, free mobile banking, free telephone banking, free text and email alerts, and free e-statements. You get all this when you sign up for free and easy checking from First Bank of Bern. It's that simple. First Bank of Bern. Member FDIC.
Do you know a 7th grader looking for a fun place to spend time with friends? Are you looking for an environment where your teen is surrounded by positive role models? These days, your middle school student is probably very interactive, but is he or she active? 7th grade is a time when sports become more competitive and provide less opportunity for the average child to be involved in physical activity. The YMCA wants to emphasize the value of a healthy lifestyle by offering a free Y membership to every 7th grader in Allen, Whitley, and Wells counties. It's the wise way of giving back to this community. Students thrive in a safe environment where they can grow in spirit, mind, and body. Get to your local Y and sign your 7th grader up for a free Y membership. It's that simple. Offer good for every 7th grader residing in Allen, Whitley, and Wells counties. For more information, stop by your local Y or visit fwymca.org or email hereforyou@fwymca.org.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at grableinsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of high school athletics.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Woodlan, wrapping things up after a 67-62 Norwell victory. We're joined now by Norwell head coach Mike McBride. And, Coacher, talk a little bit about the fact and what you think if senior night being on the road at somebody else's senior night, if that has any effect at all on the way those guys play and if it's any more difficult to win there.
Well, I don't know, but 24 never played in any games that I actually ever watched getting ready, and he hit two. One, he banked in there at the end from the baseline, by the way. But
that's right.
I thought they played with tremendous emotion, and 35 was a senior. He came out and he hit three of them in the first quarter, 3 for 3. I think the senior night, I think us coming in here, I think that we were a big game for them.
Right.
And I think their seniors obviously were ready to go, and I thought their seniors played really well. We talked about it before the game about the emotion of them and how they were going to play with great emotion early, and they did. And if you notice, 35 did not shoot near as well in the second half. It seemed like that emotion subsided a little bit, and the game went back to. But I thought I certainly think the senior night played a little bit of a factor in how well they shot. At least I felt it just seemed like it felt like they shot really well. I know in the first half they did. Second half they missed some though.
Right. And defensively, what did you like, what didn't you like? Because there were times where it was kind of up and down. There were some possessions that you were able to grind out a little bit, and then there was also some possessions where some easy baskets came. So what did you like, what didn't you like?
Well, I thought in the second half we made Hahn have to pass more. If you think in the first half he seemed to be able to get to the rim a little more effectively. In the second half we made him have to pass the ball more. We had better help to him. And then I thought we recovered a little better and we contested shots better in the second half. You know what is where it was. I thought in the first half we did not contest shots well, where they just got looks and we didn't get a good challenge on it. And they shot well, but I also thought their shots were a little more open. Plus, I also thought that Hahn was able to create a little bit more. I thought second half we got to him early, and he just didn't. He got himself in the air a few times and had to just kind of throw a bailout pass. So all those things, I thought we got stops when we needed to down the stretch. You go to the last 4 minutes of the game, I think it's a 2-point game where it's tied, and we got the stops that we needed to, and then we were able to be. I thought we were efficient offensively tonight again. I thought we played well there, but I thought we got the stops when we needed to.
Yeah, totally agree. Talk a little bit about Homestead, previewing them a little bit. It's a team that's potentially going to be reeling a little bit. Just suffered a loss that was the SAC title game, in essence, with them and Carroll. Carroll coming away with the victory, and it's going to be their senior night as well. So a pretty jacked up crowd. That's always a very, very difficult place to play, and your first trip there as the Norwell head coach. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, it's going to be a sectional championship atmosphere,
Yep.
which is what we want. That's why we have that game where we have it. We're going to get tested to the max, mentally and physically, and it's the kind of game you want leading into sectional.
Yeah.
I think it's very important that we go up there and handle the emotions, which we had to do here tonight. Obviously, the crowd's going to be bigger up there. It's going to be a little more fired up and into the game. And they're very well coached. They're a very good team. And I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a tremendous challenge. And I'm excited about it. We've got some time to prepare for them. We'll be able to take a day off this week as well and get our guys just a rest one day. And then we can prepare for some things. We can work on some things we need to work on, and then we can prepare for them and what we got to be able to do against them. And so I'm looking forward to it. But tonight was a fun night. I thought we played well. I really did. I thought we played well. I thought that Brandon Nicholson and Will Geiger were very good. I don't think we shot it real well. We did finally make 2 threes there in the fourth quarter. Quentin Purdy continued with what he did last night. Cole got one to drop, but I thought Brandon and Will were pretty good tonight down inside, and it gave them problems.
Reflect on this sectional type of week, because you talked about right at the beginning of the week how everything this week was going to be set up kind of like a sectional was. I know you went through a walkthrough today before the contest back at home before making the trip. So obviously 3 victories. So from an outsider's perspective, it looks pretty good. But from your point of view, how did things go, and how well does that prepare you for in a couple of weeks?
Well, I think it's going to prepare us well. Obviously, it's going to be a one and done type of situation, and we tried to approach it that way with what we had to do to get this one, but I thought tonight was gutted out a little bit. You got to gut it out a little bit down there, and you know, this was a night sectional champion. If it was a sectional championship, Will Geiger and Brandon Nicholson probably aren't going to be coming out much. And they didn't come out much tonight. Connor Torsen didn't come out much tonight. And so I think that it sets the tone for where we're at. When you get in that game, it's not all – there's not – you can't do – if you win on Friday and you come back and play on Saturday, you can't be making changes. It's not like you got a week to prepare. You got to come out and your kids got to make plays. And we made plays. Brandon and Will made plays, and you got to gut out stops, and sometimes it takes a long time until maybe you can get a little separation, and that was kind of the way it was tonight. But what would you not want? I mean, you're 4 minutes into the game, and it's tight, and that's what you're going to have. And they were playing with great emotion. I thought our kids played with great passion tonight and gutted it out. So I take away as, okay, it gives us that understanding of what it will be like. And now we're in that position, and we can just tell our guys, look, we've been through this before. And so it's just one game at a time,
right.
One game at a time. So I think it'll help prepare us. We're excited about the draw tomorrow. We'll see how that comes out. You never know. It's always fun. And we're looking forward to it. And we're going to be excited about whoever our name comes up against. And we're going to look forward to go. I like how we're playing. I really do. I like how we're playing. We're moving the ball. We're taking better care of it. We're getting good shots. And we're competing like crazy right now, and so I feel real good about what we're doing. We want to continue to build on that and keep going. Again, Brandon Nicholson is just keep getting better and better here this month, and we just keep doing that. And Quentin Purdy stepped up, hits another big shot for us, and it's a team effort. We got to have everybody contributing, and we had that tonight.
Well, Coach, it's been a fun team to watch the last couple of weeks.
I agree.
The improvement is just so vast, it seems like, over the course of this season. So we certainly appreciate you taking the time up here in the press area here after this game, and we look forward to seeing you up in the southwest side of Fort Wayne on Friday night. We congratulate you on the win tonight.
It should be fun, I'm sure. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks. That Norwell head coach, Mike McBride, talking to us after the 67-62 victory. And following that victory with the final statistics, here's Greg Van Meter.
Thank you, Derek. First for the Woodland Warriors, they fall to 9-11 with just one game left, I believe, on their schedule. 3 players in double figures for them tonight, but first from a team's perspective, they were 24-51. From the field. Of course, these stats are all unofficial. That's 47%, 9 of 23 from beyond the arc. They really cooled off in the second half and hit only 3 after hitting 6 in the first half from beyond the arc. That's 39%, 5 of 6 from the free throw line for 83%. They only committed 7 turnovers, though, and only collected 15 rebounds. Wait till you hear Norwell's number on that side of things. But they did put 3 players in double figures. Micah Robbins led the way with 17, 6 of 12 from the field, 5 of 9 from beyond the arc. Alon Howard with 12 points, all in the second half. He was 6 of 8 from the field. And then the third player in double figures was Aaron Hahn, who I had for 11 points on 3 of 9 shooting, 0 for 2 from beyond the arc, 3 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 8 assists in this one. Really distributed the ball well. Couple players with 5. Aiden Bayman with 5 points on 2 of 4 shooting. Ben Reedy with 5 as well on 2 of 4 shooting. And then Lucas Birchie, the senior, who got a big wall of sound of recognition from the Woodland crowd with 5 points, hit a couple of shots on 3 attempts. Mitch Mendenhall chipped in with 4, and Matt Elias hit a 3 for Woodland as well for their total of 62 points. For your Norwell Knights, they were 26 of 57 from the field for 46%, 3 of 11 from beyond the arc for 27%. Quentin Purdy with a huge 3 in the fourth quarter, and 12 of 16 from the line for 75%. I had him committing 8 turnovers and collecting 37 rebounds to Woodland's 15. Individually, they were led by Will Geiger. I had him with a double-double tonight, 29 points and 16 rebounds on 10 of 24 shooting. Rare that he's below 50%. 0 of 2 from beyond the arc, but 9 of 9 from the free throw line. Joining him in double figures, as Coach McBride alluded to, Brandon Nicholson with a real nice game, 18 points and 8 rebounds. Brandon was, 8 of 13 from the field, and I didn't add these up quickly enough. 2 of 4 from the free throw line to go along with those 8 rebounds and an assist. Cole Wilson had 8 points all in the second half. He was 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc. Also collected 3 assists. Quentin Purdy with 5 points, 2 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3-point land, and had a rebound. Luke Zetas with 4 points on 2 of 6 shooting, 0 of 2 from beyond the arc, 4 rebounds and an assist. And then Levi Leidig had 3 points. He had a 3 in the first half, 1 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc, and 0 of 1 from the free throw line. I also had him for an assist. Connor Torson did not score, but I had him for 7 rebounds and 3 assists. Trey Reeser also did not score, but had a couple of rebounds for the Knights, and their total of 67. Derek?
Yep, Norwell able to come away with the victory, 67-62. So a real hard-fought win. It's just a good way to get a win on the road. It's kind of testing things a little bit now. 13-9 on the season. They've won 3 straight here as they continue to try to build as much momentum as they can going into the tournament. And then Coach McBride said that they'd be tested to the max up at Homestead on Friday night. It has been a number of years since Norwell has knocked off Homestead up at their place. So a very difficult place to win. Not a lot of wins over Homestead in boys basketball, either at in Aboit or at the Castle. So, not a lot of wins there, not a lot of success. But bringing a fresh face to the program kind of changes things up a little bit. Homestead had been used to the Randy Hawkins style that kind of fit Homestead more. So it was a more higher scoring game. But if Norwell is successful at doing what they do, it's to slow it down, because I think that's probably what they'll want to do against a Homestead team. They're going to have a shot, I think. So the Homestead team had a real rough start to the year, and they have really picked it up over the course of the season. Almost came away with an SAC title, which it's a pretty strong SAC again this year as well. So Homestead's got some tremendous wins, and it's a very tall task for Norwell to go on the road and get a win there. But without a doubt, going to be good experience for these guys going into the sectional. So we have one more order of business, and that's to name a player of the game.
I'll tell you, my player of the game tonight, you could pick Geiger and Nicholson, but my player of the game, because he's come through 2 nights in a row with the biggest points of each game, and that's Quentin Purdy. Quentin Purdy hit a huge 3. He only had 5 points, and I know he only had 6 last night, but again, he hits the biggest shot for the Knights of the game early in the fourth quarter, a big 3, 2 of 2 from the field. He's hit his last 4 shots and scored 11 points. So Quentin Purdy's my guy tonight. Derek?
Yeah, I'll agree with you. I think Quentin has been, instrumental in getting the Knights over the hump, kind of, because you had 3 threes in there, a couple of threes in the last contest, right, and those were very big. But in any case, I'll agree with you there. I think it's important for timely shots are very important, and that's what Quentin has had the last couple of games. So Quentin Purdy's your player of the game.
All right, very good. Well, the Knights with another win, this one on the road. Derek, take us home, young man.
3 straight for the Knights. They went at 67-62, 13-9. The final, the improvement to the record on the season, and Woodlan falls to 9-11 on the year. That'll wrap things up here from Woodburn. On behalf of Greg Van Meter and the entire Wells County Boys crew, this is Derek Decker saying so long and God bless.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.